Listen carefully, pioneer. If you've ever found yourself wondering whether all those years of mining Pi on your phone were truly worth it, this might be the video that finally gives you the answer. Because right now, Pi Network isn't just some dream project anymore. Behind the scenes, something massive is unfolding. A dual balance strategy that could either redefine digital value forever or collapse under the weight of its own ambition. This is the real story of how Pi is trying to merge two worlds. The world of real utility and the world of collective belief, both centered around a single, powerful symbol, 314,159. It's an idea that could stabilize the chaos of Web3 or become its biggest experiment yet. And by the end of this video, I'm going to tell you exactly where I stand on it, with complete honesty. Before we get deep into this, make sure you follow my Telegram and Facebook pages. The links are in the description. That's where I share the raw updates, insider information, and breaking Pi news that never make it to mainstream headlines. If you want to stay ahead of the crowd when the next major Pi announcement drops, that's where you need to be. Now, let's get real for a moment. Pi Network wasn't just built to be another cryptocurrency. It was designed to become the currency of a new digital economy. One where you can actually use your coins, not just hold them and hope for a miracle. Developers are already creating apps where you can pay freelancers with Pi, access premium features, and soon, even buy from stores that accept it as payment. It's not a theory anymore. It's happening. And here's where things start to get fascinating. Pi isn't just about mining coins anymore. It's about creating an ecosystem that feeds itself. Through staking, pioneers can lock up their Pi to help secure the network, and in return, earn rewards. It's a cycle where everyone wins. The more people use Pi, the more valuable it becomes. The more valuable it becomes, the more businesses integrate it. It's organic, not artificial. Now, let's talk about what has the entire Pi community divided, the global consensus value, or GCV. The symbolic 314,159 per P. At first glance, that number sounds insane, right? But before you dismiss it, let's unpack what it actually means. That figure isn't meant to be a short-term price prediction. It's a collective vision, a global agreement among millions of pioneers. The number itself, derived from a mathematical constant Pi, 3.14159, ties the project's identity to its name in a symbolic way. It's more than just digits. It's a message, a shared dream that binds the community together. In the world of crypto, prices usually rise and fall based on greed, fear, and manipulation. Whales dump, retail investors panic, and everything crashes. Pi is attempting something radically different. Instead of relying on the chaos of speculation, it's building a psychological anchor, a community-driven reference point that promotes stability and long-term thinking. Think of it as a social contract. It's not about forcing a price. It's about aligning a global community under one shared value system. When pioneers use that number to price goods or services, it encourages fairness, unity, and patience. Here's where Pi's dual balance strategy gets interesting. One side is real market utility, developers building apps, merchants accepting Pi, real transactions flowing through the system. The other side is the consensus value, the aspirational belief that keeps people motivated to build instead of dumping. These two forces, utility and vision, create a balance that could prevent Pi from suffering the same fate as most cryptos. When market speculation tries to crash the price, the community's belief in the consensus value holds the floor. And when hype pushes things too high, real-world usage pulls it back to reality. Together, they form a natural stability system, something even major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum have never fully achieved at. So, if you've been mining Pi for years and you're still asking, when will I see real value? The answer isn't tied to exchange listings or overnight price explosions. The real value begins when you start using Pi. When businesses begin accepting Pi, when developers launch apps that require it, when freelancers get paid in Pi, that's when its value becomes tangible. The 314,159 consensus isn't meant to happen tomorrow. It's the long-term goal that guides behavior today. It's not a price target. It's a direction, Your role as a pioneer isn't just to hold your coins and wait. It's to help build this new economy. Use Pi whenever you can. If you're a developer, create applications that rely on it. If you own a business, accept it as payment. Each transaction you make gives the ecosystem more life, more trust, and more real value. Now, let's talk honestly. I've followed Pi since its early days. I've seen the highs of excitement and the lows of frustration. I've watched people believe deeply, and I've seen others lose faith completely. And you know what? Both sides have a point. The good news is that Pi is genuinely trying something new in a world of copy-paste crypto projects. The 314,159 idea, while symbolic, has brought unity to a fragmented space. That alone is remarkable. But let's also be real. The idea of Pi being worth that much anytime soon is unrealistic. It's a long-term vision, not a short-term reality. For Pi to even approach that kind of valuation, the network would need to evolve massively. Millions of people would have to use it daily. Thousands of global merchants would need to accept it as payment. Developers would need to build apps people actually love and use. That's not impossible, but it's not easy. It will take years of persistence, innovation, and above all, trust. Global trust in a digital currency that started as an app on a phone. That's the mountain we're climbing. And while optimism is necessary, it's not enough. What matters most now is execution. Real products, real services, real transactions. Because if Pi remains just a concept, it will fade. But if it becomes part of people's daily lives, it could transform everything. Still, I understand the frustration. Many pioneers have mined for years, watching other coins rise and fall while Pi seemed to stand still. The lack of exchange listings has drained enthusiasm. People are tired of waiting. But here's the truth. Pi's real value won't come from being listed on exchanges. It'll come from becoming useful, something you can actually spend, send, and rely on. If we keep waiting for others to create that value for us, we'll be waiting forever. But if we start building and using it ourselves, the change becomes unstoppable. That I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't believe in blind hype, but I do believe in potential. If this community stays active, keeps developing, and uses Pi as it's meant to be used, there's a real shot at creating something extraordinary. Here's my advice. Don't bet your entire life on Pi. Don't quit your job or invest money you can't afford to lose. But don't walk away either. Stay engaged. Participate. Treat Pi as a long-term movement, not a get-rich-quick promise. Because that's what it truly is, a slow revolution in how people understand and use digital currency.